Okay, so yesterday, April 2nd, a Wednesday, was probably one of the biggest days in the gaming industry, probably in its history. Um, in my opinion, honestly, before I even start, this video was going to be a lot different uh, whenever I was watching the direct. I didn't get to react to it live, but I did watch it from start to finish. And during the direct, I already had my notes, and I was like, "Oh yes, this was going to be a glazing video, essentially." And we know that, you know, there's a reason why Nintendo didn't reveal certain things during the direct, and we're going to talk about it. I'm kind of going to talk about both sides of things when it comes to the pricing and the stuff that people are pissed off about. Um, because I'm kind of on both sides. I see both perspectives. But anyways, this video was supposed to be a glazing video originally. And there's a reason why, like I said, why Nintendo did not mention anything regarding price during the presentation. But back to the presentation itself. That was probably, in my opinion, one of the best presentations I've ever seen. I mean, the expectations for the Switch 2 were already sky high, like absolutely sky high, and Nintendo knocked it out of the park. I mean, they exceeded all expectations. Everything that fans could have ever wanted, um, they did. Like they literally got it all down. Like, hold on, let's watch. Let's watch the overview of what the Switch can do. I actually want to go back to this video real quick. And let me start it over. Let's watch this. I mean, just look how it looks, man. It just looks
The Nintendo
crisp.
Switch 2 system can adapt to suit your situation, however you like to play. In TV mode, use the dock to play on a bigger screen. In tabletop mode, place your system however you like using the stand. And share a
I'm
controller
gonna skip
with
some
a
of the
friend.
parts that way I don't bore you guys to death. But essentially, the
With
thing
these
that I
three
was
play modes, you can
most excited about, obviously, is
at
bigger
7.9
screen.
inches. Switch 2 has a bigger built-in
This right here,
paired
this
with
right here
Switch.
is huge.
You can enjoy games in greater detail on the 10.
Where's the one where they talk about it? Yep,
120
120 frames per second handheld. I mean, this is just. Honestly, I think everybody doubted, including myself, that they would be able to do 120 FPS. I was like, it sounds too good to be true. But they pulled it off. They did it. They did it.
The LCD screen is more vivid and supports HDR.
This right here, this
As a mouse,
is the part that I'm actually most excited about for this console. This right here.
opening up even more ways to play in compatible games.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I know people laughed. People laughed at people who played Fortnite on the Switch 2, which is gonna drop on the day of release. Fortnite is just going to become that much more viable on the Switch. Like, I honestly think once people get the grasp of the mouse controls on the Switch 2, they're going to be absolutely destroying average players on PS5 and Xbox. Like, personally, I think that's going to be the case. I mean, the mouse controls is something that's so cool.
Both the left and right Joy-Con 2 support mouse controls, so you can also
Nintendo didn't really think about this game all the way.
Like this.
They didn't really think it all the way through, in my honest opinion. Okay, obviously voice chat, finally added that. They're way behind after 23 years. They finally added that. This is a little scary. The camera, and I mean they practically just copied Discord essentially. I really hope that later in a future update, honestly, I can see this happening where Discord integration is included. And I think Discord should definitely partner up with Nintendo. They should hit up Nintendo and see if they can do a partnership, because I really think adding Discord on the Switch 2 will definitely bring all the consoles together, and I think that'll be very neat. But it's Nintendo. I mean, they exceeded expectations in a lot of areas. I feel like they could do it. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
A USB-C camera or
4K support. This is great. We're gonna touch on 4K real quick. I don't think there's anything else. Okay, yes, the fan in the dock, which obviously improves performance, which is great. Yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. I want to go to the part where they're talking about Metroid Prime. This is the part that I just realized today. That's actually kind of hilarious. So obviously we have Kirby.
Metroid Prime 4 Beyond will have both a Nintendo Switch and a Nintendo Switch 2 edition.
This game looks phenomenal, dude. We're definitely going to play this on release, 1000%.
In addition to standard controls, you can use mouse controls for intuitive gameplay on Switch 2.
I love the mouse controls, man. It's something I'm very excited for.
Plus,
it's so cool.
You can explore the immersive
Okay,
world
this
in
right here.
4K
This
at
right here.
60 frames per second, or enjoy smoother action.
Okay, quality mode, 4K 60 FPS. Performance mode, 120. This game's gonna be buttery smooth, man. And if they get the mouse controls right, oh my gosh, this is gonna feel so freaking awesome. This is what I thought about today, which kind of made me laugh. It would be absolutely hilarious if at the end of the oh my god, excuse me, I choked on my own spit. If somehow Nintendo ends up having more games that run 4K 60 FPS than PS5 and Xbox, that's going to be outright hilarious and absolutely embarrassing. Because I feel like 4K 60 FPS was something that PS5 and Xbox were like, yeah, we're gonna have 4K 60 FPS. Our games are gonna run great, and then we get Starfield and it runs at 30, and I'm like, okay. So I mean, we can't give the Switch all this crap when we have next gen consoles that can't even do 4K 60. So or barely. There's only like a handful of games that actually do 4K 60. There's not very many of them. So it's going to be absolutely funny if Nintendo somehow in the first 2 to 3 years of its life cycle of the Switch 2 ends up having more games that are 4K 60 FPS, even if they're first party games. That's going to be outright embarrassing and hilarious. That you're going to have a console that's not even up to par with their technology, but can still have more games that are 4K 60. So this game's going to be absolutely buttery smooth. I mean, look at this. This is just awesome.
120 frames per second. Choose from these two modes, both of which support HDR.
It's great.
Based on your preference and playstyle. Plus,
and obviously, Pokemon still looks like Pokemon. I mean, I don't think there's hope for Game Freak at this point. But here's the thing. You know, I'm sure most of you watching this have watched the presentation. If not, I'd highly encourage you to go watch the presentation. I mean, Elden Ring was in this. I was absolutely excited that Elden Ring is going to be in this. I'm definitely going to replay through this game again, from start to finish. I mean, a handheld experience in this game is just going to be absolutely awesome. Like, I can't wait. And then the other one that was just absolutely just surprising. And then the stream crashed midway through. Whoever was in charge of the stream probably got fired by now. They probably got like taken out to the middle of nowhere and they've probably disappeared. Just kidding. I hope not, but it's a joke. But yeah, whoever was moderating the stream got fired for it freezing like that. This announcement right here. The fact that there was 2 FromSoft announcements, 2, and one of them is a Switch exclusive is just a chef's kiss. Like, watching this for the first time, I literally thought to myself, I said, this is FromSoft vibes. Like, is this Elden Ring? Like, for a second, I was like, did they just make a new trailer for Night Rain and did not say anything, and they're putting Night Rain on the Switch too, which I'm surprised that actually we haven't heard anything. I actually won't be surprised if Night Rain eventually gets put on. It's a safe bet that I think the Switch 2 will have Elden Ring Night Rain. Probably not right away, but maybe right after Elden Ring drops. Probably, I would say maybe within a year or so. I could see Night Rain coming over to the Switch. This moment right here, bro, is where I absolutely lost it. Oh, woo! Ooh, even just watching this again, I just get chills, bro. Oh my gosh, look at this. This is on the Switch too, guys. This is a hybrid console. This is a Nintendo console. Keep that in mind. The fact that we're even talking about FromSoft and Nintendo exclusive in the same sentence is mind-boggling. I mean, if anybody would have said this last week, everybody would have called them retarded. But I mean, it's real. And in the comments that I've heard, since Sony didn't want to give the fans Bloodborne 2, Nintendo went ahead and gave it to them. I mean, come on, please, you can't say Sony's not pissed off at this. I mean, Sony's pissed off. Sony fans are absolutely pissed off. I've seen so many comments on social media of them saying, um, I can't believe that FromSoft is forcing their fans to buy a console to play their game. And people are like, well, were you saying that 10 years ago when they did it to Bloodborne? Were you saying that I can't believe that FromSoft's forcing their fans to buy a PS4? No, they're just mad that it's on a Nintendo console. Really, it's really what it is. They're just mad about it. I mean, exclusive sells console. That's what sells hardware. If there were no exclusives, there'd be no point in choosing one hardware you'd want. So yeah, I think the premise of exclusives are stupid. I think that's stupid. I mean, exclusives are what sell hardware. That's the whole point of an exclusive. That's the whole reason you'd want to buy a Nintendo Switch just to play Mario Kart. I mean, that's the whole point. I don't get that argument at all. So I mean, this game just, oh my gosh, man, the game looks absolutely incredible. Like I said, this presentation and all. Then we skip forward. Kirby Air Riders is from the GameCube era. I really didn't play it, so I was like, it's cool. And then this one, obviously, I thought this was Mario Odyssey 2. I thought this was some sort of 3D Mario game, and there he is, the Kong. And I like how they went with the movie. He looks like Donkey Kong from the movie. I think it's great. I think it's going to be a great game. So like I said, the presentation was great. I think that them making the Nintendo Switch, the Switch 2 editions, making those, I guess, come at no extra cost if you have the Nintendo Switch Online membership. It makes that service a lot more worth its money. Because back then, when the expansion pass first came out, it was horrendous. It was absolutely horrendous. The fact that they were charging $50 just so you could play N64 games was mind-boggling. But obviously, over time, the value became justified. When they added, obviously, Sega Genesis got added on there. They added Game Boy Advance, other little like Nintendo online features like customizing your like profile picture, like little things like that, which are not crazy, but the fact that like you got the Animal Crossing DLC, the Splatoon 2 DLC, the Mario Kart Booster Course Pass, which was huge for a lot of people. I think all those things made the expansion pass have the value. I mean, it held its value, and I think that $50 price tag was justified now, not then. Now it is, and I think now it is even more. Now that select Nintendo Switch 2 edition games are going to be at no extra cost. So like for example, if you already own Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild, like I own both those games, that's going to make it a lot easier for to go ahead. You just pop in the game and you download the upgrade pack because you have the Switch 2 online subscription, and bam, there you go. And man, those games look absolutely incredible. I mean, just I literally have been waiting to play Tears of the Kingdom for the Switch 2 because I knew it was gonna be on Switch 2 and it was gonna run better. So I haven't even finished it. I probably only sunk in 30 hours. I probably will restart from the very beginning and play it like it's new. So yeah. So now that we've talked about the direct, but actually one more thing. I thought this was funny. I saw this tweet from X. And the reason why I think Nintendo, I mean, the Switch is going to sell very well regardless of its price. I think they're shooting themselves in the foot, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that point. But before, when I was still on cloud nine, like everybody was at the beginning of the presentation, let's look at this tweet right here. I'm gonna make sure you can actually see that well. Look at that. It says, "Gamers, Japanese Nintendo is ultra based. Switch 2 presentation is led by 3 men. No blue dyed hair, no piercings, no perforated noses, no token woman faking excitement with lame takes and jokes. There's hope in gaming." Well, there is hope, and then kind of that hope kind of got ripped out of a bunch of us. Um, I mean, the East is producing the good games. Let's just be honest. Wokeism is has destroyed Western gaming. Western developers trash games, which we'll talk about a little more as we get on into this video. Um, yeah, the East is dominating, and when I was watching the direct, I was like, Nintendo's gonna absolutely dominate the gaming sphere. I mean, the fact they're giving everything that the fans wanted. The console definitely is modernized. It has modern power. It could run modern games, and its exclusives look better than ever now. Voice chat's been added. Hopefully, Discord comes to it. I think if Discord comes to it, I think that'll be even revolutionary to the system. And I mean, um, I think the Switch 2 could be a main console for everybody. Like it could be the console you play everything on. Um, and obviously, the games that are being produced by Nintendo are good games. They're great games. They're not full of woke garbage. It's not, Mario's not gay and Luigi's not, gender fluid and Bowser's not somehow gay and Peach is somehow lesbian. No, it's just a video game. It's fun. Nintendo's all about fun. That's why that's why they were at the top of the Switch because they produced fun games. Their games are about fun. They show gameplay. I'm tired of all these other presentations like State of Play and Xbox Showcase. I'm so sick of tired of watching those showcases just being cinematic trailers. Like, am I watching a movie or am I playing a freaking video game? Like, which one is it? Like, I want to play a video game. I want to get away from all this woke stuff. Like, I don't want your political messaging being shoved down my throat while I'm trying to play a freaking video game. I'm just trying to play a video game. I don't care about politics or about culture when I'm playing a video game. I'm trying to have fun. So that's why the East is dominating the gaming sphere. Yeah. And I really like that Nintendo brought in 3 young guys to develop the system. 3 younger guys. I don't think they're like super young, but younger guys to lead the development of the console, and I think that's perfect because I think they probably brought those guys in and said, "Okay, guys, what does your audience want? What do you think? What do you think gamers want the most?" And they brought it to the table. They cooked the presentation. I mean, they cooked in that presentation. And then afterwards, like I said, let's get to this now. Afterwards, there's a reason why Nintendo did not give the price during the presentation, and I felt it. I felt it. When I was watching the presentation and they said June 5th, I was like, yes, that's only like 8 weeks away. I was like, it's literally right around the corner. And then I said to myself, I said, yeah, and what's the price? And then when I asked myself that question, they just kept on moving. I was like, ooh, that was not a good sign. Excuse me. That was the point in time when I said, okay. I said, I'm not seeing any price. But then I was like, okay, maybe at the end they might give us the price. And still no price. And I was like, ugh, yikes. Well, let's look. $450. Okay. $450 and $500 if you want the bundle with Mario Kart World. Okay. How much is Mario Kart World? $80. 80, not 70. 80. Now I understand both sides of the argument. I understand that the average consumer that they play games casually. That is a lot of money. $80. Oh my god. I mean that's like we already know that gaming is an expensive hobby, but $80. I can see why people are frustrated. But then I see the other side of the argument. I've seen plenty of posts on X and I've seen some stuff on social media and people are saying $80, but people are complaining about $80, but then people will buy a $60, $70 yearly release. And then on top of it being a yearly release, they buy microtransactions on top of it. So spending well over $100 on a game that's dead within 1 year that's not being supported anymore. So I see that argument. I feel like your complaint is invalid if you're someone who pays $70 for a game like Madden, FIFA, even Call of Duty. I've been guilty of it. I definitely been guilty of it. Call of Duty, you spend $70 on COD that releases every year. It's full of bugs. It's broken. It's a piece of garbage. And then you proceed to buy the battle pass, not complete the battle pass, buy the battle pass again, buy stupid bundles, spend well over $100. Which actually, that's one thing I don't do. I won't spend. I won't. I won't buy things in the shop. I just won't because it's stupid. But lots of people do. They spend well over $100 on one game that's dead within a year that's not supported anymore. Um, and even though Mario Kart is $80, it'll be a game that I hope. I really think Nintendo's going to support this game for a while. I think for at least 4 years. There's definitely going to be content updates that they give, whether it's new tracks, whether it's new characters, whether it's new cosmetics, whatever. I really think that all that stuff will be for free. Maybe I don't know. They might do a big expansion pass, like a huge DLC, maybe like 4 years, 5 years down the road. But even then, I think that should be free if the game is $80. Um, I really hope that they keep adding content, that it's justified. Because right now, to me, I'm like, dang. I gotta see. Like I said, I see both parts of the argument. One side's like it's too much. The other side is like, yeah, you spend $70 on a year release and buy microtransactions on top of it. This game, Mario Kart World, is not gonna have microtransactions. If it does, then I'm going to be very, very, very concerned if it does. But I don't think so. Nintendo's not like that. This game will be complete. It'll be done. It'll be free of bugs, I hope. But Nintendo games are not really ever, they really don't ever have issues with bugs. The game is complete and it's finished. It's a finished product. Now, the problem that I have with it being $80 is now that's opening the door for other devs to now do the same thing. There's been the discussion, is GTA 6 going to be $100? Is it worthy of its $100 price tag? And a lot of people have said yes, it's worthy of its $100 price tag. I honestly agree that it's worthy of its $100 price tag. If GTA 6 is going to be a game, if it lasts as long as GTA 5 did, over a decade, it's going to be a decade-long game. It's going to be supported throughout a decade. I see how $100 is justifiable. Because if it's supported for 10 years, you're essentially paying $10 a year to play the game, which is $10 a year. That's nothing. You spend that on getting coffee for you and someone else. You spend more than that going out to McDonald's. So $10 a year for a video game is nothing. Same thing with Mario Kart. Mario Kart is going to be a game that is supported, and it's going to have a community that's very much well alive for at least 8 years minimum. So it's essentially what, $8 or sorry, $10 a year, same thing for 8 years. I don't even know if I'm doing the math right, but still, that it's $80 and it's going to be supported for a long time, and it's going to be the Mario Kart game for the next 8 years. Now, the problem that I have with that is now you're going to have these garbage developers like EA. I know EA and Ubisoft and Rockstar were salivating. I mean, their mouth was watering whenever they saw that Mario Kart was $80. They were like, oh, yeah, baby, it's our time. Now we're going to start making more of that money. But here's the problem with that. Some of these garbage devs, like EA, is now going to say, look, Mario Kart World is $80. We're going to start making Madden $80. 2K. We're going to start, 2K is going to say, all right, NBA 2K is now $80. And they're going to have this garbage woke freaking game made by a company full of blue-haired white liberal women. And they'll be like, yeah, our garbage game, $80. I mean, that's the problem that I have right there. Is now you're going to have all these garbage developers thinking that their game is worthy of $80 when it's not worthy of $80. Mario Kart World, honestly, in my honest opinion, if it has the amount of content that I think it's going to have, the stuff they're going to add to it, I think it might be worthy of its price tag. Do I still think it's high? Yes, I still think it's high, because I think the other problem with the games being $80 as well is that you're going to have little Timmy, who's probably 10 to 12 years old, maybe a little bit younger, who is on the internet, who's seen that the Switch 2 is coming out, who has watched the trailer for Mario Kart World, is super excited, tells their mom, hey, mom, I want the Switch 2. And mom asks, okay, what's the price? $450. Okay. Or it's $500 if we get Mario Kart with it. Okay, well, let's get Mario Kart with it, 50 extra bucks. And then little Timmy's like, Mom, I think I want to get Metroid Prime. Or, I mean, if they get it on release day, Metroid Prime won't be out yet. But maybe the kid's like, Mom, can I get the Nintendo Switch 2 version of Breath of the Wild? And mom's like, yeah, sure. How much is it? $80. That mom's going to have a heart attack. I mean, $80. And then here's the other thing, though. You guys, if you guys watch the rest of my content, you know where I lean politically. The tariffs. Donald Trump does not have anything to do with the Switch being this expensive. That argument is absolutely invalid. It might affect it somewhat. I mean, tariffs change all the time. It could affect it in the future. I don't know. We just can't tell yet. But other countries have been paying more money for video games than the United States has for years. So that's not the tariff argument. Is just something. It's just something to blame. It's just the blame game essentially. So that argument's just stupid to me. It's just the blame game again. Now I know in Japan it is cheaper. I've heard some people say it's a loyalty thing. Maybe it is because it's made in Japan. For their people, they're gonna make it cheaper. It's just what it is. What it is. But that's the problem with games being $80. That it opens the door for garbage developers to think that their game is worthy of that price tag when that's not. Like I said, I really think Mario Kart World could be worthy of its $80 price tag, but not all games. Like Madden is, I don't think Madden is worth of its $60 price tag. I don't think FIFA is worth of its $60 price tag. I think those games should be released once every console generation, maybe twice every console generation, and the rosters need to be updated as a DLC. Maybe it's a $10, $20 DLC, but not a $60, $70 game. That's ridiculous. That's stupid. So yeah, like I said, I see both sides of the argument, and even if you adjust inflation for what games have been $60 since like for 20 years. If you adjust inflation now, I mean $80 is still under the inflation, where inflation really is. I mean, I think games, if they were to be in line with inflation, I think games would be easily over $100. So yeah, I see both sides of the argument. I'm still excited for the console. The console's going to be a banger. It's going to sell out. Mario Kart World's incredible. Real quick before we end it, I actually want to go over the Treehouse presentation. If you guys don't know, the Treehouse presentation was spammed with drop the price, 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 drop the price. Like, it was bad. Literally, that's all you saw in the chat. It was pretty bad. Now, maybe you never know. Nintendo they could be forced to back off, and it'd be nice to see that. But I don't know. You see if we can check. Oh, the live chat is not available for this video. Oh, did they disable that on purpose? They probably did. But real quick, let's watch just a little bit of Mario Kart World. Man, this game looks so fire. I really hope that Nintendo listens. It'd be nice.
Are a lot of rail riding opportunities
and a lot of
here.
green
and a
shells.
lot of green shells. You're right.
Oh, 4?
I mean, just look at this, man. This is so good, man. So clean, like the
How many
open
cars
world
do you get?
aspect.
10,
I love
right? So you're looking
the
pretty good there.
Forza type of feel they went with.
Okay, and there's some nice. Oh wait, you already have 2.
You drive to your races, and
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I heard people say they hate the fact that once you get to the course, it's already lap 3. I agree. I kind of see why people feel that way. It'd be nice that if they can add like a versus mode where you can, drive on the tracks individually for 3 laps. I think they will add that. I really think that'll be included. Like I said, the direct on this game is in like 2 weeks, so we'll definitely get to see the game in its full aspect. So we're just seeing a sneak peek right now. So I'm not going to judge too harshly.
Yeah,
There
you
you
get up
go.
on the
I
rails
like that.
here. This is really fun.
Oh, watch out for that.
Oh, that.
Oh.
Well, we're only in second.
Yeah. Well,
What?
we can bring this back.
Yeah,
We're
we've
okay.
got some
We're
time.
okay.
We've
We're
got some
okay.
time. You're good.
You've been.
This
very
gives me
lucky.
like
I've seen a
Disney
couple red
vibes,
shells
like
now,
like
behind
Speedstorm,
you.
whatever that
Not-
racing game
not
is from
gonna
Disney. I
catch
feel
up
like
to this. That's great.
if that game was good
Okay.
with the mix of like Sonic All Stars, and they just kind of perfected the formula, which I like. I like it. I like the vibe of
A
it.
few more
It's
coins
moving
can never
really
It's
hurt.
really cool, man.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, the graphics just look incredible.
Nice. Oh, look at that. Beautiful.
All right. It's good.
Okay, taking the lead again.
Okay.
You got
here we
this?
Sorry, I'm like now the heart's pounding. I'm concentrating.
No
Good.
pressure, but all the pressure.
Got some healthy adrenaline going
Yeah,
on.
here we
Take
go.
a few more coins.
It'll help.
This is looking good.
Oh no, DK's in front of me though.
Oh. Oh, that gets you go. There we go. Oh.
Here
All right.
we
Did DK go flying off?
And as you can tell, whenever I saw this live earlier, you could just see the spam just the whole time, just brought the prize, shot the prize, shot the prize, shot the prize, shot the prize. I was like, yikes.
All
right.
right.
I'll
Gonna
take.
Game looks good though. It's gonna sell well. I think it's gonna be a banger, but I mean, hold on. Let's look at the Mario Kart website, Mario Kart World. And look, this is the worst part. They don't want you to see it. They said, yeah, the game's great. Yeah, what's the price? Yeah. Don't look at it. Don't worry about it. Just know the game's gonna be great. Look at all this great stuff. And people are like, great. How much is it? Yeah, just keep scrolling. Keep scrolling. It's like, how much is it? Yep, the game's gonna be great. Look at all the features. How much is it? Oh, look at all the great features. Look at it all. Game's gonna be awesome. What's the price? Yikes. And like I said earlier, I really think it's a game like this could be worthy of it. And with the amount of content that could be in this game, I really think that it very much could be worth the price tag. But like I said, I also see the other side of that argument. So it's just going to be interesting to see what Nintendo does. I saw some tweets and people are like, I think Nintendo are they're having meetings after watching the chat in that treehouse, and I'm like, I don't know. It is Nintendo, but we shall see. Is the console still going to sell? Yeah. Am I still excited? Yeah. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens eventually.